Our next guest described the Philippines in January 2024 as a hidden gem for seafood trade within the ASEAN. She is back in Manila now for the annual World Food Expo 2025, faced with shifts in seafood demand in Southeast Asia with a new global trade order to reckon with. With us now for more is Åshild Nakken, Regional Director for Southeast Asia at the Norwegian Seafood Council, a public company owned by Norway's Ministry of Trade, Industry and Fisheries. Welcome back to Manila, Anne, and welcome to the program.
Thank you, Kathy.
All right, so a new global trade order as we speak, 15% tariff for all of the seafood from Norway going into the U.S.
Yeah.
How's the industry coping?
It sure are interesting days, isn't it?
It is.
Well, for Norway, first of all, maybe I should explain that Norwegian seafood is a very important export article from Norway. We are almost no people in Norway, 5.5 million people, but we have a lot of fish. So hence, we need good friends around the world to enjoy this fish with us and market access. So U.S., biggest single market for Norwegian seafood. Any tariffs coming on top of that, where we almost had zero, definitely affects us. And also European Union is our biggest market. And any tariffs given also to the European Union affects us because a lot of the seafood is processed in Europe and then shipped to the U.S. So these are definitely interesting times. We see that some of our competitors, like Chile, they're a big producer of salmon. A very important market for them is the U.S. And they have got 10%. Mm-hmm. Faroe Island, a big salmon producer, also got 10%. UK, they have also 10%. And then that's just kind of the salmon part of it, right. But we also have whitefish, we have shellfish, and so on.
And you've got the trout, the red fjord trout, a lot also like to consume. So essentially you've lost your competitive advantage. But there is this happy problem. You have an oversupply of Norwegian seafood or salmon because of efficient aquaculture management and production. So that's a happy problem. But even happier for consumers, I guess, is that there is an impact on price. Prices have dropped to record lows.
Right. We have a very fortunate situation for consumers right now because the prices for Norwegian salmon has been quite favorable, going from earlier on this year, actually, where they're normally higher. This period that we're in now is the peak harvest season in Norway. So we do expect that these prices will withhold for a period of time. So I think from Norway's side, this is also due to we've been good at sustainable management, modeling of our aquaculture and so on. And I think even though we might be impacted by what's happening over in the US and Europe, it's something we're following very closely. We're also having markets over in Asia and Southeast Asia and here that are very interesting and that are developing, and it's something that we look upon with very curious eyes.
Well, how interesting is it? I mean, give us some color. You live in Bangkok right now for about a year, so you do have a good picture of Thai demand for Norwegian seafood, also Vietnam and the Philippines. Because back in 2024, you were just here saying that we were the hidden gem.
Yeah, you're still a hidden gem, and I hope that WooFix that we're now going to be present on is also going to help more people discover it. But in Asia as a whole, so China is the biggest market for Norwegian seafood, definitely, and it's growing tremendously. And then there's been South Korea and Japan. That's been the second largest. But recently, officially, just like a month ago, a few weeks ago, Thailand has now exceeded the quantity imports of salmon fish, meaning salmon and fjord trout, the trout, over Japan and South Korea. So it's actually the second largest market in Asia for Norwegian seafood, which is amazing.
I would have expected the Philippines would be the same. I mean, we're just neighbors here, but wait, what makes us still a hidden gem after a year? Well, is it the lack of cold storage facilities, logistics issues? There's
still a bit on that needs to be developed more. So right now the export into, for example, salmon, which is the biggest product, it's around, the total export is around 6,500 tons last year. But so far this year, we're already exceeding 6,000 tons to the Philippines. So it's really quickly developing. I think the pricing is definitely helping. But yeah, logistics, cool chain, being able to hold that. My hope is that now that the prices are so favorable that also the fresh might increase more, the import of fresh seafood, because a lot of what we see in retail is still a lot of frozen salmon, defrosted frozen salmon. So maybe that could help also, the pricing might help to build the demand for also the fresh products that you find in restaurants and so on. And then we do have a free trade agreement with the Philippines, which we can still, I think, do a lot more to fully utilize.
So what brings you here then, back at the World Food Expo, presumably to be selling salmon differently, or maybe even the whole ecosystem of seafood in Norway?
Yeah, well, yeah, I think we to promote definitely the Norwegian salmon and other Norwegian seafood that we think is very good quality and good quality protein. Also vitamin-rich superfoods for anybody who wishes. It's very good food source for everybody. So, and there are interest here in the market. Importers here are very much wanting to import more Norwegian seafood. So we hope that WooFix can help. And also, it's to bring also our contacts and partners together. So the Norwegian exporters and the local importers here. So tomorrow, or actually later today, we're hosting a seminar to explain a little bit more about Norwegian seafood and how we work and how we can maybe help each other to grow the market even more, because there's definitely potential here and a love for eating seafood. And also you have wonderful kitchen that goes very well with the seafood that we have on offer as raw material. So I think there's a good future there.
Have you figured out which local dish you prefer with your Norwegian salmon here in the Philippines?
Well, I must say I haven't had too much chance to discover all Filipino cuisine, but Bicol Express I can really recommend with Norwegian salmon. But also if you're really into the good fish soups that you have here, fish head soup, that's what I really like here, that you utilize a lot of the parts of the fish. The fish, a good sturdy sour fish head soup, that is also very nice.
All right, mouth-watering indeed. And it reminds me of what the good ambassador said. He liked the sinigang sa miso when he was here.
Right. That's the one I was thinking about.
Thank you so much for joining us, and all the best in the expo.
Thank you so much, Kathy.
Åshild Nakken of the Norwegian Seafood Council.